This is the As Raw Walk and Talk. We were talking to Gervonta Tank Davis and Leonard Allerby saying that they are looking at Lomachenko. They're looking at Devin Haney. They're looking at Shakur Stevenson. But they need to see what kind of numbers. They need to raise their numbers. I seen when Ryan Garcia and Tank fought that people were saying that was an exhibition fight. It was a celebrity fight. It wasn't really a fight of meaning. Nonsense, first of all. Just on skill level and everything alone, it was a serious fight. But another thing is you need to realize that in everything, you need bargaining chips. When someone plays poker and they have the big pot, they can slowly strangle the small pot to nothing without ever taking truly any chances. That's the benefit of having the big pot. Tank Davis, due to beating Ryan Garcia and just due to the fact of fighting Ryan Garcia and getting a $1.2 million pay-per-view, now has the big pot. You know who else has a big pot now? Ryan Garcia, even in defeat. They are officially A-sides to everyone else in the division. And that's including Ryan Garcia, who lost. He's officially the A-side to everyone else in the division. And if you don't realize, as a fan of a fighter, that your guy needs these fights that have a lot of attention to them, right? That are people are curious about, that people want to watch, and will raise their fame. You don't realize that that's very important in a fighter's career for long-term success, right? To do the things that we call these guys legends about, right? Like guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, who had star power, which allowed him to fight all the fights that we wanted to see, right? Which allowed him to make the moves necessary to have a prolonged career, which allowed him to take long breaks and come back and still be a star, right? Or how about guys like Floyd Mayweather, right? Because you have those negotiating chips, you can make those moves. Canelo Alvarez. That's what allows you to prolong your career. It's just as important as beating the guy that you think is legitimate with 2 belts, right? That no one's heard of. It's just as important as beating the guy that raises your fame. Because the fame allows you to make the moves to build the legendary career. You can have guys like Demetrius Andrade, who doesn't have any pot, doesn't have no fame, no credibility. So he can't make the moves necessary to build a legendary career. Do you understand that? People think Demetrius Andrade is so talented. They think that he would beat Canelo, he would beat Charlo, he would beat all these guys. But he can't even get in the ring with them because he never raised his fame. He never raised his notoriety to be in position to have the big pot against any of them. Or just be in position to even be able to put a pot in with these guys, right? To even be on the table. To deal a few cards, right? To lay a hand down. He hasn't even been in position to do that. So you got these guys who I always say indie darlings, right? But you realize that if they do not get in position to raise their fame, they will not get these opportunities and they will not be able to prolong their career. And they're just going to end up chasing and chasing and chasing and never get the opportunity, never get a bite. What Tank Davis did, and Ryan Garcia, but Tank Davis, because he got the win, put himself in position where he built, first of all, that's a notable win. So he's building a resume. Slowly he's adding to his resume. But now at the age of 28 or 29, however old he is, he's now the A-side to everyone. He's going to call the shots going forward. Right? And he's going to be able to get whatever opportunity he wants. And if it's not Devin Haney, it's not Shakur, he's going to get the best remaining. And he's going to be able to prolong his career and get all these opportunities to build his resume. And these other guys will be playing catch up and begging him for an opportunity. You need to build your pot. You need to build your notoriety because that kind of power will prolong your career and give you the opportunities you're looking for. Plenty of guys that people thought were going to be great legends in the sport, and they never had any power to have a seat at the table. And without a seat on the table, it is very hard to work your way into these great opportunities to be a legendary fighter. Because you know what most legendary fighters are? They're famous. They're stars. That's just the truth of it. Deuces.